Morning all of you. I am R. Ramu, Vice Principal of JNB Lathur. I am going to present here demo lesson in physics. The topic is the motion of charged particle under electric and magnetic fields. So the topics I am going to cover is introduction, charged particle in electric and magnetic fields and their forces, total Lorentz force, velocity selector, applications. So as you know that charged particles are point charges available. They are free state, free charges. Here there are two types of charges. Here free charges and bound charges. Bound charges. Here we are considering the free charges. So free charges kept it in electric field first. Suppose a free charge kept it in electric field, what will happen? So let us consider an electric field shows in the form of straight lines. So this is the direction of the electric field. So you know that the direction of the electric field is nothing but in which direction positive charge particles are moving. So such a field, if you keep a positive charge, so it will experience a force. So generally a positively charged particle or negatively charged particle or a point charge kept in electric field, so it will experience a force. So that force experienced by a charge is given by F is equal to QE. So here F and E are both are vectors. So because the force experienced by the charged particle will be in the direction of electric field in the case of positive charge. So in the case of negative charge, so it will be against the direction of electric field. So for electron or a negatively charged particle or a point charge, so it will be against the direction of electric field. So thereby that particle gets accelerated. According to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma, and that particle gets accelerated with an acceleration of here a is equal to QE by m. So this is the acceleration of the charged particle. And also we can find out how much distance or displacement, how much displacement covered by a particle in t seconds. So that equation also we can write using this. S is equal to ut plus half at square. Here s is here or x axis. Here displacement will be written as so v0 t plus half into here e by m into t square. So this is the x is equal to v0 t plus half into e by m into t square, where a is called here acceleration. We got from the force relation a is equal to e by m. So this is the way we can find what is the path of the charged particle here. Path here, the particle is going straight. So that's why the path is here clearly. Path is also very important. So path is straight line. Simply straight line. Path of the charged particle is straight line. Now similarly, let us keep the charged particle in magnetic field. So if we keep a charged particle in magnetic field, this is quite different from the electric field. So this charged particle here crosses shows the direction of the magnetic field perpendicular to plane of the board acting into the board. That is the direction we have taken. So in this here like this, the direction of the field is perpendicular to the plane of the board and acting into the board. In this, suppose if you have kept a charged particle at rest, so what will happen if you see? So it is find that it is observed that the charged particle at rest, at rest means velocity 0. It is found that it is not going anywhere. It is just like it's not like an electron kept in electric field, it is accelerating. But in the case of this positive charge, it is not accelerating, so it doesn't experiencing any force when the charged particle at rest. Suppose a charged particle is moving parallel to the magnetic field. Suppose if you moving parallel to the magnetic field, in that case also is parallel to the magnetic field, also it doesn't experiencing any force. So this is experimentally observed when the particle is released in the magnetic field. For rest as well as uniform motion along the direction of magnetic field, it is not experiencing any force. But if it is inclined with the magnetic field, and suppose, so it is inclined. So this is the magnetic field, so this is the velocity, this is the angle made by the charged particle. So it is released with it inclined to the magnetic field, then it will experience force. So we can consider this x component is v cos theta, y component is v sin theta. So you can check here, v sin theta is a perpendicular component of the velocity vector. So it is found that by Lorentz, by experimentation, the force is here nothing but q into v cross v, here cross product of two vectors. So that means here perpendicular v sin theta is a perpendicular. Here the force experienced by a charged particle depends upon the perpendicular component of the velocity vector, so with the magnetic field. So this force can be written as, so q v sin theta into b. So this is the q v b sin theta. So v sin theta is the perpendicular component of the velocity vector. So that's why here v cos theta has no meaning, because v cos theta, the component of the velocity parallel to the magnetic field, in this component nothing to do with this component. So that component is not responsible for experiencing force. That's why we are ignoring it. So that here in the case of the force, the magnitude of the force can be written as, magnitude of the force is qvb sin theta. Magnitude of the force is qvb sin theta. The same thing can be written in the vector form, F is equal to q into b cross b. So this is the force experienced by the charged particle. Suppose this can apply if theta is equal to 0. Suppose theta is equal to 0, sin 0 is 0, then force is 0. Here theta is equal to 0 means force is 0. That means that theta is equal to 0 means what? So the charged particle is moving along the direction of magnetic field. And also if v is equal to 0, what is v is equal to 0? V is equal to 0 means particle at rest. Particle at rest also the force is 0. And when beta is equal to 90, then F is maximum. Sin 90 is 1, so the force is qvb. So this is the maximum force experienced by a charged particle in the magnetic field. Now let us sum up these two forces. So the sum of these two forces is known as Lorentz force. We have Lorentz force. Lorentz force is sum of the two forces, electric force as well as magnetic force. So as I said, electrostatic force by particle is here QE plus QB cross B. So F is nothing but, if you take Q is common, here E plus V cross B. So this is called total Lorentz force. It is the force experienced by a charge when the two fields present simultaneously. The net force is given by this relation. So this has lot of advantages, lot of uses are there even in our daily life. So these are the two forces present. So with these forces, suppose if you apply a force, these two forces perpendicular to each other. So like this, suppose a positively charged plate we take and negatively charged plate, and this is the electric field we can create. This is the electric field from positively charged plate to the negatively charged plate, and at the same time if you apply magnetic field perpendicular to the electric field. Here what we have done is, here electric field and magnetic fields both are applied perpendicular to each other. That is the adjustment we have done. So these two fields are applied perpendicular, and now you release a charged particle. Release charged particle, either proton, helium, or any positively charged particle you release, or even negative also. This is the screen. So what we observe on the screen that Because it experiences both the forces simultaneously, electrostatic force, magnetic force. So that's why there is a deflection observed in up and down direction based upon the domination of the force. So electrostatic force is EE, magnetic force is QEB. Why I am writing QEB? Because angle is exactly 90 degrees with the velocity vector. So if these two forces present, any force is dominates, suppose one force is dominating, so this suppose electrostatic force is dominating means the charged particle is deflecting upwards. The magnetic force is dominating means charged particle deflecting downwards. So if you adjust the fields in such a way that if the two forces are equal, if you have to adjust the forces in such a way that two forces are equal, then you can observe that here E is equal to EVB, so this V is equal to E by B. So this is called velocity selector. So velocity selector. So this is the how much velocity we want for the charged particle, that much we can set by applying the both electric and magnetic field, so that the charged particle will not deflect no more, it will go on straight line. So this Lorentz force, this Lorentz force has so many applications. Suppose it is also used in the cyclotron. So cyclotron, where we can keep the charged particle, release the charged particle by applying these fields, so that the particle gets accelerated to the very high energy levels. That high energy being used in the disintegration of the nucleus. So that is there in the cyclotron. And second one is bubble chamber. In this device also we will use the Lorentz force by applying the fields perpendicular to each other. We will release the charged particle so that we can trace the elementary particles found in the nucleus. And second one in the TV also we will use this in CRTs, cathode ray tubes. In that also we will have an electron gun, and there with the adjustment of two fields mutually perpendicular to each other, where we will release the charged particle, and then we can observe the path of the particle is straight line. So these are the various applications are there even in our daily life or in the science and technology. So thank you very much.